Alright, welcome back to another live workout with the Physio Shop. I'm going to be walking Georgia through a workout today. So, some of the equipment you'll need is kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use any other weight that you have, dumbbell, but kettlebells, are a preferred item. Second, you don't necessarily need a BOSU ball, but if you have something to step off of, so a box, or you actually don't need anything, right, Georgia?
Yeah.
So you can just do it off of the ground, but definitely if you need a little more of a challenge, finding some sort of step or box that you can stand on, a nice stable surface, definitely challenge you a little more. And then lastly, we're going to use a hurdle that we're going to be hopping over single leg, but we know most people won't have a hurdle, so even just a line on the ground, using a piece of tape, or if you have a ruler, to hop over that would be great. And if you need something that's a little more elevated, you could use something like a book or a yoga block, things like that.
Child.
I don't recommend that. That's George's recommendation.
Don't do that. That's not my recommendation.
So grab some of that equipment if you haven't already, and George is going to take us through our warm-up for today.
So we'll do something a little bit different today. Normally we do the hip flow, but I'm going to run you guys through a little bit more of a dynamic warm-up. It's something I do pretty much before every run. So we're going to start. I'll face you to the side here, and we're just going to do some skips. And for every one of these warm-ups, we're going to do about 15 a side. We'll see how good my counting and talking skills are. Not very good, probably. Do a couple more. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kick one leg out straight, other hand is going to reach out. And same thing, we're going to shoot for 15 a side of these. You don't have to necessarily touch. Just getting your hands up there. Just getting nice and warmed up for the workout ahead. And we'll do a couple more each side. Awesome. The next one we'll do is butt kicks. And so I'm going to be here. I'm going to try to not drive my knees forward and just kick back towards my butt. Good. For this next one, this is a Physio Shop special, so probably a lot of you who have been in PT have done this one. But you're going to step 1 foot forward nice and straight in that leg. Opposite hand is going to come forward and brush across the top of the shoe. Totally okay if you can't reach your foot. As you can see, I cannot reach mine, so I just reach down as far as I can. Nice and slow, big swooping motions. Definitely tighten my hamstrings so I can feel this one starting to warm them up, which will be really good for the workout ahead. And no clue where I'm at in these, so we'll just do a few more on each side. The goal isn't to hit a certain number, it's just to feel nice and warm. Good. Now we're going to do flutter kicks. So we're going to get up on the balls of our feet. We're going to keep our legs really straight, so knees will be locked out for this one. We're just going to kick forward in place. Good. The last one we'll do, you might need a little bit of space for this one. But I'm going to start by walking, I'll actually walk towards you guys first. So hopefully I'm still in frame here. We're going to start by being up on our heels. Toes are up in the air. We're going to walk forward and we'll kick the toes out. And we'll kick the toes in. We're going to do that same thing, but I'm going to reverse it now. So walking backwards with my toes up, knees straight, Kick the toes out. Kick the toes in. Now we're going to do the same thing, but up on our tippy toes. Knees are still straight, so we'll walk forward, point our toes out, and then point our toes in. Same thing backwards. Go ahead and kick those toes out, and then kick those toes in. Good. So we should be feeling pretty warmed up and ready to start the workout.
Yep, absolutely. So, we're going to start with our Bosu step-offs with deadlift. So, this one's best if Georgia demonstrates it as I kind of explain it a little. So, you're going to be on your Bosu or your box or even just on the ground, single leg. You're going to have your weight starting with it up by your chest, and Georgia will hinge at the hips, she's going to step forward up off the box or Bosu that you have, and then lower that weight, hinging at the hips, just like she's doing a single leg RDL or a deadlift. Alright, so we're going to go for a minute on one leg, and then we'll switch legs, go for a minute on the other side. Alright, let me set my timer. Alright, ready?
Yes.
Begin. Good. So you'll notice having a raised surface, she's able to squat down and actually lower that heel below ground level. And that's going to get that glute activated a lot more. And as she's lowering down, she's keeping that back nice and straight. And that next leg will rotate so you can have a side view of exactly what that would look like. Make sure you're lowering that kettlebell down. 10 seconds left. And time. Alright, we'll take 30 seconds in between legs. Where'd you feel that one the most, Georgia?
Definitely glutes. I always feel this one, mostly glutes. Probably because I have really weak glutes, so this is something that really helps me strengthen it. Yeah.
Alright, we got 5 seconds left. Ready, begin. So getting that nice side view here, you can see that Georgia's keeping her back nice and straight as she goes down into that deadlift. And that step off portion, you can see that she's actually lowering down below the Bosu ball. So if you're on a step, make sure you're lowering that heel down below the step. And if you're standing on the ground, you can just kick that leg out a little further in front of you so you can get a little lower. Over halfway. Good, making sure you're lowering that kettlebell every time. Don't keep it up by your chest. And time. All right. Next up, lunge twist press. So this is another complicated one that Georgia will demonstrate as I kind of explain it a little. So you're standing with the split stance and that weight by your side. All right, and then you're going to rotate your wrist, lowering that knee down, and then as you come up, you're turning your hips forward, raising that kettlebell up to the sky. All right, so we're going to go for a minute on one arm, and then we'll switch arms and we'll switch our stance, and we'll get the other side. So, 1 minute on the clock, ready, go. So really notice that twist of Georgia's hand and as she presses that weight up, if you guys have a kettlebell, that kettlebell's twisted behind her wrist. Make it a little more challenging, hold the kettlebell straight up in the air. This can be done with a dumbbell, a soup can, anything heavy weight like that works great. She has a nice pivot in those toes. All right, almost there. And time, so we'll switch sides. 30 seconds, little rest here. Where should they be feeling this one the most, Georgia?
I think there's two parts to it. So when you go down into that lunge, feel it in quads and glutes. And then when you press up, I'd actually like people to feel it in their core here, as they're keeping their core strong. And of course, with the press, you'll feel this in shoulder as well.
Awesome. All right, 3 seconds. Ready, begin. All right, so this first round we're doing a lot of explaining of the exercise, but we're definitely going to be hopping into some question and answers, make these rounds a little more entertaining, get to know Georgia a little better. So we might throw a couple in this first round. So, Georgia, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a really tiny town, Hawkinson, Washington. It's north of Portland by about an hour.
What brought you to Flagstaff, or how'd you end up in Flagstaff?
Well, I lived in Colorado for a bit after that, but I moved here almost 3 years ago now, I guess. One of my sisters was living in Washington, one was living in Kentucky, and we all three decided to move here to train for running, because this is a really incredible place to run. So we picked a spot, and we all moved here.
Time. All right, so we got yoga crunches next. So we're gonna be on your back, getting the little twist on our hands and legs. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but you're gonna notice Georgia's gonna
Right leg over left, and then left arm around. Can't do that with your hands, this is just fine.
Yep, so legs twisted, arms are twisted together. All right, ready, begin. So this one, we're gonna switch the twist, right, Georgia?
Mm-hmm. At 30 seconds.
At 30 seconds. So really focusing on bringing those elbows to your knees, crunching up, bringing your shoulders off the ground. And we'll switch in 2, 1, switch right into it. No break in between this one. Ten seconds left. Keep that core engaged. Keep that lower back pressed to the ground as you extend out. And time.
Those are going to be hard to talk through.
All right. Bent dumbbell rows. So, dumbbells, kettlebell, gallon jug, anything weighted will work perfect. So you're going to have feet together, slight bend in your knees, hinging at the hips slightly. That weight's going to be down by your side, and Georgia will row it up. Perfect. Just like that. We're going to go 30 seconds each side. Ready? Begin. So, some of you may know this, but I'm assuming most don't, but Georgia and I actually knew each other before the Physio shop and before Flagstaff was a part of either of our lives. So, Georgia, you want to tell them a little bit about our history?
Yeah, so I started running a little bit later in life when I was 25, but when I was 27, I
And switch sides.
got a scholarship at a Division II school in Colorado, Western State Colorado University. So I got to go and run for them for a couple of years, from the time I was 27 to 29. So when I showed up there, Craig was the assistant coach on the team, and I remember he specifically said he did not become friends with athletes, so I thought, challenge accepted, and I forced him to be my friend. And here we are, 6 years later.
Well, it was not 6 years. All right, time. Hasn't been
4 years?
6 years.
I don't know.
It's
Feels
been
like a
about
long
4.
time.
4 years from the day she stepped on campus to now. And we were not very good friends when we were
It's
a
been
coach
5
and
years.
athlete. All right, next one.
I was a hard athlete to deal with.
Leg hurdle hops. So this first round, George is going to be on one leg. She's going to hop up and over the hurdle and then walk back around or step over it. So we're only hopping forward, stepping back, hopping forward, and we'll switch legs halfway. All right. Ready, begin. So even if you're just using, a piece of tape or a ruler or an imaginary line, try to get some height to it. Make sure you're jumping up and over it. If you have a dumbbell, that's a good object that you can kind of hop over because it's only a couple inches high. All right, 5 seconds and we'll switch sides. All right, switch. Right into that next foot. Alright, less than 10 seconds. Try to land nice and soft. If you have to, you can hop off of 1 foot, land on 2, or you can hop off at 2 feet and land on 1. Alright, time. Alright. How you feeling?
Good. Let's wear you out. Forgot.
Alright, we're gonna do a little cardio. We're really gonna get a little creative with our cardio today. We're gonna go a full minute of just all out dance party. So it might seem silly. I know George and I have each other to fool around and dance with, but even if you're home alone, make
Crank
it
those jams.
fun. Yeah, turn that music up. We don't have any music, so we're gonna be. Maybe we might start singing too. Who knows?
Craig might start singing.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't worry, Craig and I don't dance very often. Thank goodness.
Really use all your space, Get low. Get really high.
It's the shopping cart one.
Yeah, you get curling some dumbbells. Squats. Make sure you're breathing.
Longest minute ever.
I'm getting hot wearing the sweatshirt. Wish I took it off. Working some of those warm-up drills.
Pop my neck a little bit.
Spinning. Work all those directions.
Just always in more than 5 seconds.
Halfway. Just kidding. 5 seconds left. All right. And that is what my first dance is going to look like on my wedding. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break today. Go. Alright, here we are, round two. We're going to start up in 30 seconds. This first one, we're going to switch up just a little. So it's still going to be a step off with the deadlift, but we're going cross, right? We're going
Lateral, yeah.
lateral, sorry. So she's going to be stepping sideways off of the Bosu or off of your step, and then she's going to have a slight, about 45-degree turn, deadlifting down. Okay? So we got 5 seconds. Get set. 2, 1, begin. So she's going to go full minute to the left, and then we'll switch full minute to the right side. So Georgia, when did you move to Flagstaff?
I think it was when I was done at Western, so that should be 2017? Yep, 2017 in September.
Alright, so about almost 3 years now
Yeah.
you've lived here?
Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of Flagstaff?
Oh my gosh, the running trails. I think for people who grow up here, they don't maybe realize how, awesome it is here compared to other places, but I am still, after 3 years, finding new trails to run in the woods, and it is incredible. So that's probably my favorite thing. Another thing that's really awesome is just have a really good community of people, friends, coworkers, stuff like that. Good people in Flagstaff.
Alright, time to switch legs here. 3, we'll take a little, we don't really need full 30 seconds, we can just
No,
switch.
you guys don't need the full
Alright,
30 seconds.
let's just go right into it. Alright, so on my question sheet here, it's written down, what's it like to be an elite runner? But I'm just going to ask you what it's like to be just a runner, because I think someone miswrote elite in there.
It's not a miswrite. It's really awesome. Like I said, didn't start until I was 25. So I didn't really run in high school or anything like that. And living somewhere like Flagstaff is just really incredible to be a runner here, because not only all the trails like I talked about, but if the weather isn't perfect, you can just pop on down to Sedona. It's beautiful down there. Tons more trails there. So yeah, really awesome to take advantage of. Even if it's not running, hiking, just walking quick.
Alright, time.
Especially now that we all have some free time to go outside.
Alright, next up is the lunge with twist press. So you'll still need your weight or your dumbbell or whatnot. And yeah, Georgia mentioned, Flagstaff has a lot of great trails and, a great running community. And a lot of people think that is, at least in my eyes, that's the number one thing that makes Flagstaff so appealing for runners. But I think what the general public doesn't know is that Flagstaff, we're going to start in 2, 1, begin. Flagstaff's it's the only place I know of in the U.S. where you can be at 7,000 feet and within 1 hour you can be down in Camp Verde and you can be at 3,000 feet.
Yep.
So a lot of professional and elite runners can get the benefits of altitude and training up here, but then go down to Camp Verde or Sedona or even Phoenix and run really fast workouts and hard efforts.
Yeah, because that altitude really affects training, and you want those benefits while you're up here. I do most of my running up here, but every once in a while you want to drop down in lower elevation because you can run considerably faster.
Alright, enough about running.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
it's
we're
boring.
runners. What's your spirit animal, Georgia?
Oh,
If you had to give yourself a spirit animal,
My
and then what do
spirit
other
animal.
people say your spirit animal is?
well, I gave Ben a workout, and he said mine was a marmot. I don't like that, so I'm not going to say that's mine. I think mine would be one of my favorite
Alright.
animals.
Switch sides and begin. We'll go right into it.
Which is a crocodile. I like them because they have lasted a long time. They are very resilient, very determined. They've been around longer than a lot of other animals.
They
So-
seem grouchy, just like you. too.
Grouchy, absolutely.
Razor sharp teeth,
Yeah.
vicious.
Scaly, yeah. So that's probably my spirit animal. Probably not the most popular spirit animal, but that's okay. They're good ones.
What about if you If you could be invisible, where would you go?
Oh, if I can be invisible. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. I think if I was invisible, I'd like to go like figure out where the mob is and go like just figure out how they like sit in on some of their meetings.
Just see how the underground
how the underground world
goes.
works. I mean, if I'm invisible, they can't find me. That's what I do.
Yoga crunches. You gotta be careful. They can still like run into you if they.
I'm pretty quick. Well, I mean, if I race them for like a marathon, I can probably outrun them.
All right, here we go. 5 seconds. Remember, we're gonna switch halfway through these yoga crunches. 2, 1, begin. The mob.
This is the first thing that came to mind.
Tell us a joke.
What's brown and sticky? A
Melted
stick.
chocolate. Oh. All right, we're gonna switch right now.
It's a good one, though.
What's the most recent practical joke you've played on someone, or has it been played on you?
I don't know if we'll be able to talk all the way through these. We'll see. But the best one I did recently was to Zach, our massage therapist. For those of you who know him, he was in a massage, and so I went in and I saw his backpack sitting there.
Time.
With all his stuff in it. I love doing this one. So I took all his stuff out neatly, respectfully, of course, turned his backpack completely inside out, gently put all his stuff in his backpack and zipped it up. It's like one of my favorite practical jokes. It's so dumb. But yeah.
That's pretty dumb.
We got a good laugh out of it.
All right, we got 10 seconds. We're doing bent dumbbell rows. Make sure you keep that nice little hinge in your hips, back straight. Ready, begin. We're going 30 seconds each side. All right, so I know Ben the other day said that if he could time travel, he would go back to like the 1920s to be in the New York slums and roll around in mud and feces and stuff. And I gave him a hard time about it. Like, if you could time travel, why would you do that? So if you had to time travel, where would you go and switch arms? Don't throw your time.
I think one place I'd really love to go, it would be really pretty much anywhere in North America, but I would like to go back in time before it was colonized and be part of like a Native American tribe and live off the land and experience life that way.
The timer did not keep going.
I saw that it didn't, so I looked at the time, so. And 30 seconds exactly.
All right.
Okay.
So, single leg hurdle jumps. Back in time. See, I'm thinking time traveling. I'm going in the future. I don't want to
go in the future.
What I don't already know.
But you don't know what it would be like.
I don't.
Because you didn't live there. Where would you guys go? We want to see comments on this one.
All right, here we go. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
But I said I had two. My other one is, I think it'd be cool to be a gunslinger during the Wild West, which is like completely opposite from the other thing I just said.
Cool. And you'll notice that Georgia switched. We're hopping to the side now instead of forward, and we'll switch legs halfway.
Craig can hold on to his timer. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, and switch sides, and continue. Who's your biggest celebrity crush?
I did tell this to Ben, but it's Bobby Flay, the chef.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Why?
Okay. He's amazing. If you see him cook, he is a master of his craft. There was no one in the world better than him at what he does. He's amazing.
Is he the one with the spiky hair?
No, this guy.
Oh, yes, okay.
Please.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah,
you're
no.
gonna lose a lot of respect.
I don't really
'Cause
like
he's
that.
been like discredited.
No, I don't like that guy. No, Bobby Flay is amazing.
Okay, yeah.
Dance
Alright,
party time?
dance party time.
All right.
Yep, we got 20 seconds.
Did you see my sprinkler moves? On the
I
last
missed
one?
that last time.
Oh, let's start with this.
I'm gonna have to prop this up so I can get my full dance on.
Okay. Craig and I do not teach private dance lessons, in case, for those of you who are wondering.
I'm gonna break dance this time. Ready? Go.
It's not good.
Whoa, you jumped over the post! Switch sides.
We're
Really,
not
we're just
even-
hopping around. I don't know if this is dancing.
If somebody's walking out front of the clinic right now, it'll be interesting to see what they say.
Keep good form, okay? Don't let that
Tuck
form
that
break down.
tailbone. Tuck that tailbone.
Hey.
That's harder than it looks for you guys.
It really
If you're
is.
wondering. Modified jumping jacks.
4 seconds. All right.
I need some water.
If you're wondering, we're completely sober. 2 minutes, recovery.
So there's this. We didn't get enough dancing in.
All right, 30 seconds. We'll start off. So, starting off with those Bosu step offs, but again, switching it up a little on you. So this time we're doing the cross. All right, so yep, there we go. So nice little step off behind you and to the opposite side. Yep, still having that deadlift, so we're lowering down that kettlebell. All right, in 5 seconds. Make Georgia stand there a little extra. 2,
All right, it's gonna be so much
1,
stronger.
begin. So you'll notice she's stepping off, coming straight back up, and then going down into the deadlift. All right, Georgia, if you had, what would you do with your 15 minutes of fame if given it?
Oh, my 15 minutes of fame? Well, the first thing that pops into my head is I'd want to bring, like, awareness to one of my favorite things, which is Special Olympics. When I lived in Gunnison, when I went to school there, I actually got to coach Special Olympics, and it was probably one of the most awesome experiences of my entire life. It's a really cool organization and just keeps people with disabilities moving and running or whatever, sport they choose. So I feel like I would want to bring awareness to that.
Good. That's awesome. We're almost done here. 2, 1, and we'll switch sides. All right, better question. Ready, begin. How did you even gain your 15 minutes of fame?
How did I gain it? Probably in some really elaborate bank heist Just kidding. I mean, the boring answer.
Wearing your coronavirus
Wearing my
mask?
coronavirus mask. The team at the Physio shop had some time on their hands, so they decided to develop an elaborate bank heist. It went south, probably because of Cam. You know, everything else was going
It's always
just
Cam's
fine.
fault.
Everything's Cam's fault. We decided collectively as a team. So yeah, but then we all have to go to jail. But I used my 15 minutes of fame positively, so they kind of cancel each other out.
All right, almost there. We got about 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Make sure you're staying nice and stable if you have a wobbly surface like Georgia does. She's actually doing a great job with keeping that BOSU level. All right, time. All right, next up are those, the lunge twist press.
I'm gonna try to keep the weight straight up on this one.
All right, we'll start in about 15 seconds, so catch your breath, let those legs shake out a little.
If you guys need more rest at home, you can always hit the pause button too. I know that was a concern for a couple of people, so feel free to hit that pause button if you need it.
All right, begin.
They can do that live, right?
Think so.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm over here, so
I should have asked before I said that.
I'm pretty sure you can pause. But these videos are also archived, so after every live workout, so you can do it later on and pause it as much as you want. All right, Georgia, if you had to be a part of a sitcom family, what sitcom family?
I don't feel like I watch a lot of sitcoms. Where's some examples of sitcoms? Is Community a sitcom?
No, I was thinking like, a show with like a laugh track.
I have to say, one of my few pet peeves in the entire world is laugh tracks. And so I don't think I've ever watched a single show with a laugh track in it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, and switch sides. Ready, begin. A little fun fact that I heard a couple weeks ago on the radio is that, so laugh tracks were, invented, let's say the 70s. The same laugh track is basically used for every single sitcom, and there are very few variations of it.
Yeah.
Like no one has recorded new laughter or anything. It's the same laugh track.
So if any of you are bored on quarantine, this could be a project, perhaps. Yeah, I can't watch shows with it. I can't do it. I've never been able to. So I believe I cannot answer that question. Sorry.
You're gonna have to think about that and get back to us next workout.
Okay.
Make sure you're pivoting with those toes. All right, and time. Yoga crunches. 1 minute, switching halfway. Ready? Well, we'll give them I didn't time the
Whew, I was
rest.
gonna say that was a past 30
Roughly,
seconds.
we'll say we got 15 seconds more.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's hard working this timer.
We're out of practice, not training you guys in the gym.
All right, here we go. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, if you could go swimming in any liquid, what would it be?
And I would float no matter what the liquid is?
Yeah, like you could swim, you're not gonna die or anything.
Okay. Do clouds count?
Clouds,
No.
they
okay.
are, they are
Okay,
moisture,
actually-
right? It's water vapor.
I know my answer. It includes liquid and solid though, because it would be a giant chocolate lava cake.
Ooh,
And I would like to swim in the chocolate lava.
I like that.
Given that
And
it
then you
doesn't
can
burn
eat
my
it.
skin. Yep. Still switching.
Yep, should have switched 15 seconds ago.
I had a feeling.
I was too into George's lava cake.
Isn't it great?
Looks like we're just going 45 seconds on each side, people. We'll go until the timer beeps, so you got 15 seconds left.
That's a good question, though.
It's a very important one. You need to, if you're ever given the opportunity, you need
I need to have that answer
Yeah.
prepared.
All right, 30 seconds, rest. I have it this time. Bent over, dumbbell rows next.
Do you have an answer for that question?
I don't know. See, you got me on like food now, so I'm thinking like, I don't know, like some melted ice cream or something maybe, but still like cool to where you
Right,
can
right.
like drink it.
Right.
All right,
Like a
5
milkshake.
seconds. Yeah.
That's what a milkshake is.
2, 1, go. No, a milkshake is milk and ice cream,
Okay, that's true.
like blended, which that would be good to swim
Yeah,
in too.
that's
Be
true.
really thick. I don't know. Basically just laying on top
Kind
of
of
it.
sticky.
Yeah, but yeah. So is your lava cake.
He's so good. Actually, I'm inspired. That answer is inspired. I had a dream one time that I was doing that.
Got some weird dreams.
It was a great
Some
dream.
amazing dreams.
I was really sad to wake up from that.
All right, and switch sides. And 30 seconds on this side. All right, I had a question on my mind, but it slipped. I got it, but I'll ask you once we're done with this, we got about 5 seconds left. Then we're going into our last exercise with the single leg hurdle jumps. And then my favorite, speed round of questions during cardio.
Oh yay! During the dancing?
During the dancing.
Oh boy.
I'm not dancing because I gotta ask the questions. All right, this time we're going
Outside leg.
outside leg, but laterally still. All right, so let me set this timer. All right, 30 seconds each leg. Ready, begin. Have you ever been in a car accident?
I have. Actually, when I was like 10 on Super Bowl Sunday, my mom was driving with us kids in the car. We had just picked up pizza, and the other kids were fighting in the back. Of course, I was an angel, so I wasn't. But she ended up driving off the road, and we actually rolled the van a few times, and the engine caught fire. It was pretty crazy, but we were all okay, and we still had pizza for dinner that night.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Were there any other cars involved at all?
No.
Switch, 8 seconds ago. Ready, go.
No, she just had reached back to be like, stop fighting back there. Ah, oops. Oh, I think I'm messing this one up.
It's too early. It's too early for this.
I'm like at an angle now.
All right, there's a timer. We'll go for about 5 more seconds.
Okay.
Because we switched a little late. We don't want to have it too uneven. All right, last one, Georgia. That's good. All right.
Okay.
Make sure we get our 30 seconds rest. I know our timing has been, my timing has been pretty poor.
Well, that's the thing. As long as we're all moving, staying moving during all this, that's the point. Doesn't need to be perfect. And it hasn't been.
All right, you only got 1 minute. You only got 1 minute to get through these questions.
Okay.
We're down quite a few, so.
Get my warm-up dance, come on.
All right, in 3,
Oh,
2,
I
1,
got too excited.
go. What color is your toothbrush?
White and blue.
Are you a morning or night person?
Morning, but I wish I was a night person because they're cooler.
Make the most annoying sound in the world. All right, describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Oh shoot, I. Okay, those aren't very good. All right, favorite Halloween costume.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. What did I wear the other day for Halloween? Okay, one time I dressed up in all pink and I tied a shoe on top of my head and I was a piece of gum under a shoe.
What'd you eat for dinner last night?
Pad thai, vegan pad thai that I made myself.
What's your middle name?
Adventure.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Oh, dark.
We all know that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, if you if you had to put your money on Ben or Cam fighting, who would win?
I would put it on Cam. I think he has so much pent up anger from us making fun of him all the time. He would just unleash it on Ben.
Yeah, well, he could just grab Ben's hair and
You just hold Ben down
turn
like
into a cat
this.
fight.
It's true.
All right.
Whew.
Nice job.
Good job, everyone.
We'll see you guys.